Yo, we got to talk about this Mrs. Freeze thing because it's even worse than we thought, which was already bad. Like, okay, our expectations were about a 1, but now we've actually got to go, pun, well, I guess somewhat intended. Now, we got to go sub-zero for this one. Don't leave quite yet, but holy crap, man, some of the screenshots that are coming out in regards to this, like, look at how atrocious this character model looks. And given the fact that I've also got quite a bit of time listening to and watching gameplay for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, I know that the writing isn't any better than the looks of this character. And frankly, if we haven't had enough, well, this character model right here, I mean, like what do you even say about that? Like, it's already, like, she looks terrible enough right there. But to just go ahead and, I don't know, man, take it to the next level like that, like, what are you thinking? Or to go ahead and make her look, like, accentuate her bulge? Like, is that what we're doing right there? Making her, bald ass. Okay, it's not so bad that she doesn't have the lesbian skateboarder haircut, but now she's bald. And the way, there's more, so they even, like I speculated before, did they race swap Mrs. Freeze? Did they do that as well? And obviously, like, you look there. Oh yeah, the historic, cool, classic pack. You remember that historical costume that Mrs. Freeze used to wear? Yeah, it looks nothing like that at all. Okay, so yeah, if you want to stick around and you want to grind through hours and hours of looter shooter gameplay, well, you can go ahead and do that because you don't have to worry about any sort of server space concerns because Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League's Lesbian Mrs. Freeze Season 2 update bombs with players. Surprise! Who is shocked by this? The game has lost 95% of its players since its release. Oh, but 95%. That is absolutely insane. This game isn't a year old. Hell, I don't even know if the servers are going to be up for a year at this rate. 95%. It's not like the game started strong either way, but holy. Rocksteady Season 2 update for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League that introduces a lesbian Mrs. Freeze has completely bombed with players with less than 600 people were playing concurrently when it launched on July 25th. Oh my god. Well, hey, you know what? If Concord, that abysmal DEI fest, if they're looking to tout something, well, they can said that, hey, we perform better than Suicide Squad. See, you take little victories wherever you can find them. Rocksteady revealed that in Season 2 update would feature a lesbian Mrs. Freeze named Victoria Frias. In a blog post providing details about the Season 2 update, Rocksteady stated Victoria Frias is a ice-cold, self-sufficient survivalist. Oh, so she's a strong, independent woman who don't need no man, literally, because she drives a U-Haul, who has watched her Elseworld turn to ice as a Brainiac's invasion took hold. By the time we meet her in Season 2, she has spent years as the last holdout on her dying planet. Well, yeah, because nobody's reproducing, unwilling to leave her cryogenically frozen wife behind. But after being recruited by the squad, she may have a chance to save her and unleash icy hell. Icy hell. Couldn't even put unleash the Ice Age die. The update went live at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time on July 25th, and the game's official X account posting maintenance for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has been completed, and nobody noticed. And the season of Frozen Hearts is now available. Head on back to Metropolis and prepare to take on Brainiac in an all-new Elseworld and recruit the newest squad member, Mrs. Freeze. A full list of patch notes can be found here to a rousing tens of people. The fact that only got 858 likes for a game that cost Warner Brothers $200 million in losses, like that's pretty good engagement, right? According to Steam database, the game only hit a concurrent peak of 572 in the past 24 hours since the patch went live. We might as well take a look at this. This is going to redirect us to the charts right now. Things could have changed. They've changed for the worse. 390 concurrent players in the past 24 hours. So over this past weekend, after the game seen a little bit of a blip, 572 players, and then yeah, things just haven't gone well from them since launch. But yeah, as you can see in the chart below, and we just looked at everything there at the end of June and the first week of July. Yeah, had more concurrent players prior to the release of the new season. That's wow, that's crazy. At the end of June, yeah, peak player count hit 665 players, and July 7th hit 633. For comparison, the all-time concurrent player peak was when the game launched at the beginning of February with 13,559 players. The game has lost nearly 95% of its player base since the top peak. When the game launched in the first season featuring the Joker at the end of March, its concurrent peak hit 3,012 players. Yes, with a Joker that is somehow more cringy than Jared Leto's interpretation. Compare that to Mrs. Freeze numbers, and you're looking at an 81% decline. Wow, I can't wait to see who they roll out for the second half of Season 2. Not only are gamers not playing this game, but many of them are simply ridiculing the game for its embrace of wokeness. Exactly, X-Users Melee Games wrote, how do you go from one of the greatest game developers to this? Yes, because Rocksteady, famous for the Arkham games, brought Arkham Batman, which ended up sparking off the controversy with this game, leading us to the point where not even 1,000, hell, not even 600 people will check out the second season of your game. Holy! This is going to be the last game Rocksteady makes. No. They've got a VR game that's coming out for, like Apple VR or some niche platform, because that's all they can get. Little boutique contracts that just simply forestall the inevitable. Gerald J. Jones wrote, DI kills art and sales. Very original thought there, Gerald. Danny Kim posted, no one asked for Mrs. Freeze. Yeah, exactly, because there is a Mrs. Freeze. We would have been, I guess, a little bit more tolerable of that, but you decided to do the worst of all worlds on that one. The worst of Elseworlds, to keep it in a DC context. And he gave us a race and gender swapped Mrs. Flannel and cargo shorts. Like, whatever. He needs to go ahead and thaw out the baseball diamond in time for her softball game. Like, what the hell? You guys are going to fail for ignoring your the user base. Oh, no, they could have used that heads up back in February, or even before that, when we got the leaks that the insufferable Harley Quinn was going to be the one to put a bullet in the head of Kevin Conroy's final video game appearance as the legendary Batman. Drums added, the skins for Suicide Squad and Miss Freeze are pretty terrible. Yeah, we already seen those, and they are pretty terrible. But yes, Sweet Baby Inc. Infected indeed did come home to roost. Yeah, exactly. You have Endymion pointing that out, and obviously, like, you look at those skins, like we'll just run those back because they are absolutely terrible. Like, look at that. Look at that! Looks like the inside of the garbage can that the ooze that turned the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles turn anthropomorphic. Like, that's what the inside of that looks like. Then the Heinz-inspired ketchup and mustard pack and bald-headed blue gradient. Like, what are we doing here? But obviously, that right there, that's gotta take the cake. And that right there is everything. That is the perfect screenshot. That is the perfect costume to just go ahead and wrap everything up into a nice, convenient package when we are talking about Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. But again, the only thing that this abysmal game effectively killed was Rocksteady Studios. Rockstar has its own concerns to worry about, but Warner Brothers, you think that they would learn from this. You really did think that they would learn that, yeah, you want to go ahead and you want to play these type of identity politics games. You want to go ahead and wade into all of the diversity, inclusion, and equity policies that have never worked anywhere else. You take a look at what they've done recently with Mortal Kombat, which I'll be talking about in the very near future, and you have to know that some studios learn faster than others. Some studios do, in fact, course correct, and then there are some studios that go by the name of Warner Brothers and Ubisoft that will never, ever, ever learn. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.